Hey guys, the usual style. I won't be telling you which one is which, but this time I'm gonna have my input in it. So we look at the right picture right now. I like the wider image and the colors seem to be a bit washed out compared to the left one. If we crop in further though, we can see that the right one has a bit more details, whereas the left one, contrast is looking better on the left one. But if I had to choose between the two, I would overall go with the right picture. Now taking a selfie in the car, this time it's a bit different. The left one seems to have better colors compared to the right one. The right one obviously having that wide angle lens, and if you crop in further, it actually shows that the left one is producing much more better details than the right one. And it comes to the skin tone as well. I prefer the left one over the right one. Now this is a difficult one because, to be honest with you, they look very good. I can't decide between the Note 8 or the iPhone 8 here. They produce fantastic colors, great detail, and I can't find any fault in them. Even when I crop in further, the Note 8 and the iPhone 8 are doing very well, keeping the pictures very sharp and enough details you can see. Now the difference here, I think, is come down to personal preferences. Some people will lean towards the more natural look, and that would be the left one, or someone would like the more saturated look, that would be towards the right one. Now the left one, you can see that the tree at the back shows a bit more leaves just between the branches. On the right one, it's a bit more darker. Both of them look fantastic. I couldn't really pick between the two, so I would really call this a draw between them. Now we've got a macro shot here, and both of them doing fantastic here. Both of them developing a great bokeh effect. It's very hard to decide between the two. Now if we crop in, I would go towards the right one, only because the right one produces much more better details, and you can see that within the petals. The center of the petal, you can see the inside of that, and just around it you can see much more better details. If I were to pick between the two, I would go towards the right because it got that extra details and that crispiness. Moving on to low light conditions outside, straight from the get-go you can tell that the right one is looking better, is getting the right type of color tone, so it has a much more whitish tone versus the yellowish tone on the left. I would choose the right one, and it's a bit obvious the right one is the winner here. Moving on to some indoor images, both of them have OIS, and the right one is clearly doing a better job. What's interesting about this is that the left one you can see the Logitech's text, but the right one you can't. If I were to choose between the two, I would choose the right one only because it looks like a brighter image and the colors look better to me in my eyes. You guys tell me which one looks better here though. Now with the flash on, what's interesting is that the left one produces a much more warmer tone versus the right one. The right one has a bit more cold tone to it. I would really choose the left one, but the thing is the left one didn't get the text right here. The Logitech logo again has been washed out. The right one, you can see that the Logitech logo is fine, you can read it with no problems. The actual color of the flash, if I were to choose between the two, I would go towards the left one. It looks a bit more clean, it looks a bit more better, I'd say. Moving on to the telephoto lens, and we really need to crop in further to see which one is looking better and which one looking sharper. And if I were to choose between the two again, the left one has a different color tone with the garden fence versus the right one. Again, it comes down to the very details, and I think the right one preserved the details much better, and the left one seems like it's over sharpening, but that's my opinion here. I prefer the right one. Finally, we have the portrait mode. Now this is interesting here. You can see that the right one is capturing really good details here versus the left one. Like I said before, the right one is capturing that focus, it's very sharp, and the left one is slightly soft, and it has blurred out some of the parts you can see just around the beard and the ear. But if I were to pick between the two and what has a more DSLR look, I will go with the left one. The skin tone looks just about right, and if you compare that to the right image, Nazir looks a bit ill there. I mean, he was actually ill. I would actually go with the left one. I know some of you guys are gonna hate me for this because the right one is in focus, but the left one just gets that right type of bokeh effect, and it just gives that DSLR look. Hey guys, this is Yusuf with That Techno, and we're doing a camera test between the iPhone 8 Plus and the Galaxy Note 8. So we're doing a front-facing camera test at the moment. Check out the audio icon so you know where the sound is coming from. And I'm just gonna take a quick walk around. You guys tell me where the image stabilization is and which one do you think is better. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna go for a quick jog right now. So this is now recording in 4K. So do remember about the audio icon, see where the sound is coming from, and tell me about the image stabilization or the video stabilization. Just taking a quick walk around. Go inside here and see how well it handles the exposure outside and how quick the transition is. Seems like the iPhone looks better. Maybe on the monitor it'll probably be different. Alright. Both of them in the, what I see right now, they look both overexposed, but probably in the PC monitor they look different. But I'll try to get in a bit closer. There we go, the Galaxy Note 8 has no problem getting that. I'll see if I can do the same thing for the iPhone 8. We'll use that 2x optical zoom on both of them. There you go. And you have to remember that the optical zoom is enabled on the telephoto lens on the Galaxy Note 8, and the telephoto lens on the iPhone 8 Plus doesn't have that because OS is not on the iPhone 8 Plus. It's only reserved for the 10. So this is 1080p now. And you can tell that the Galaxy Note 8 is using OIS and EIS, because you can tell that the image is more cropped in. We'll do the same thing going inside here. Check the outside and see how it handles the exposure. Ooh. It's interesting. The Note 8 did at one point struggle to focus. Same thing. So this is the iPhone 8 Plus focus test. Has no issues focusing. This is the Galaxy Note focus test, and you can see that crazy dual pixel technology where it just focuses crazy fast. For the front facing cameras, I think the right side does much better. Now that's due to the fact that it can record in 2K, and that's pretty much the giveaway of which one is which. The sound quality sounds better. I do like the fact that it does a better job in stabilization, but the thing is I didn't anticipate that it cropped it a bit more than I would like, so you can just see my head's been cropped off. Not a big issue, but that's pretty much the front facing camera here. Now for the main cameras, 4K and 1080p, I think the left side does better in terms of the image stabilization and The transition actually looks better. The exposure it handles very nicely. Its transitions are very smooth, and it doesn't give that wobbly jello effect that you see on the right side. If you were to talk about sound quality, I definitely would say the right side does a far better job. You can hear the sound separation much more easier, and it's much more clear. Anyways guys, I'll tell you which one is which. So from the very beginning, the Galaxy Note 8 was on the right and the iPhone 8 Plus was on the left. If you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.